saw this post, category albums that female artists repeaked with. Okay, so here's everything that we got. Okay, and I actually kind of wanted to talk about my thoughts on those albums. I want to give my top three, maybe a ranking perhaps. But number one, I would give it to Renaissance by Beyonce. I've talked about this album so many times, but I just think that the shift that it was for her career, like, no, Beyonce with Renaissance, it was a tone setter, it was a cultural shifter, and yeah, it was a moment. It was a moment, bro. Like, I remember when Renaissance came out and like what that did, and everybody talking about Renaissance, the tour, the Mute Challenge, everything. So like, favorite songs always go with stuff like America Has a Problem, that was excellent. Virgo's Groove is like one of my favorite Beyonce songs all time. Plastic Off the Sofa was phenomenal. Alien Superstar, you had Cuff It, you had I'm That Girl as the opener, which is insane, bro. Like, yeah, like every song on the album for the most part is good. Not All Up in Your Mind, I still don't like that song. And Drake Can Go to Hell for Heated, I will say that, but Renaissance, just what it did, and listening to it, like, you listen to Renaissance and you listen to everything else that came out this year, it blows everything out of the water, bro. I remember I listened to this and that Harry Styles album back to back, bro. It wasn't close. And I like the Harry Styles album a lot. Okay, that was one of my favorites of that year as well, but it's not a comparison. It's not a comparison, bro. Renaissance, it was just that album, bro. So it's number one. Number two, I would give it to Taylor Swift with the Midnights album, okay? I enjoyed it. A lot of people aren't fond of it, and I feel like the way that people feel about Midnights whenever it was released, like the backlash that it got, that's how I feel about Tortured Poets Department. I'm not very fond of Tortured Poets Department, to be honest. However, Midnights was good. I think Maroon was a wonderful song. Songwriting-wise, it was just peak, okay? And then you had Karma, which was a fun pop song. It's not meant to be taken too seriously, so I'm really fond of Calm Air as well. And then Sweet Nothing was a beautiful song on this album, too. You had some stuff like Lavender Haze as the opener for the album. That was a tone shifter. I was listening to Snow on the Beach whenever I was on the plane, a week ago? And I'm like, yeah, I forgot about how good that song is, bro. Snow on the Beach is a really good song on this album as well. You got underrated stuff like Mastermind in this album, too. I like most of the stuff. Vigilante shit, that's a joke, and it sounds like a Reputation reject. If you've seen any of my videos, I'm not fond of Reputation. I hate on that album pretty much any chance that I get. I don't think it's bad. I just think that for her releasing 1989 before, and in the context of her discography, I think it's one of her worst albums, and if you have a top three, I'm not taking you seriously. Okay, so that's my quick thoughts there. But Midnights was good. I like the productions on it. Yeah, and if we're looking at the bonus tracks, The Great War, Paris, the pre-chorus, one of her best pre-choruses of all time. Hits Different was special as well. So I'm fond of Midnights. And then my number third album, I would give it to Brat. Brat was a fun album. My sister, shout out to her, because she's the one who kind of like put me on. We tried to listen to it together, and then I was like, let me listen to it on my own time. And it was fun. It was fun for that time, Brat Summer. It was just a moment, bro. 360, that was a song that I really had on repeat. Okay, 365 was good too. I liked Apple on this album. Rewind, her kind of talking about her career as well. Yeah, there was stuff that I didn't care for. I didn't care for Club Classics. I don't like Von Dutch. There was moments like that I didn't care for. But for the most part, I thought that this album was pretty solid. It doesn't take itself too seriously. I don't know if I mentioned the song Apple, but I'm fond of that. Kind of talking about generational trauma. At least that's how I took it. So yeah, I like Brad a lot. So that would be my top three thoughts on these other albums here. Lady Gaga Mayhem, this was like a good 6 or 7. I like this album, I do. I like more towards the first half. I'm not really fond of the first few songs. So like Disease, which actually has grown on me for the record, Garden of Eden, those kind of songs I wasn't fond of, to be honest. But How Bad Do You Want Me has to be one of my favorite Lady Gaga songs all time. When my year is said and done, it's going to be high up there. It's going to be high up there for my most played. So I was fond of that. I was. And then some other songs. I liked Zombie Boy a lot on this album too. I thought that was a pretty good record on this album as well. I can't think of the other songs. They're losing me, But yeah, this was a good album. This was a good album for the most part. Oh, Blade of Grass was a really good song. I'm fond of it. I liked her putting Die With a Smile on the album because I liked it as a single. So, I thought it was good. So that is my thoughts there. Ariana Grande, Thank You Next. I'm not particularly that fond of it. It's grown on me. I'm a Sweetener girl. Always have and always will be. Some favorites on here. Imagine was wonderful. Break Up With Your Girlfriend on Board was a really good song on here as well. I have always been a NASA enjoyer, but a lot of people hate on that song. Couldn't be me. I've been enjoying that song since day one. I keep fighting for it. So that was a good song. In My Head was a good song as well. I think it hasn't aged great in the context of her discography, especially when you're putting it up next to a Sweetener, but hey, that's just me. So yeah, and this Lana Del Rey album, I've continuously said Lana Del Rey is not for me. I heard this album years ago. I would probably have to give it a re-listen to give updated thoughts. I probably like the song or two, but like I said, where Lana always loses me is she has a bunch of word salad. She'll have parts in a song that I like, and then the next lyric, she fucks it up. And having modern references and just the way that she does it sometimes, it just, no. I think I liked maybe like maybe the title track of parts, maybe like Mariners or Mariners apartment complex, whatever that song was called. She has parts of songs I like, but the whole song, it just loses me. So yeah, my personal ranking: Beyonce at number 1, Taylor at number 2, Charlie at number 3, Ariana at number 4, and then Lady Gaga at number 5, and then Lana at 6. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. We can continue that conversation.